What's going on, everybody? So I am back today to do another video based off of a TikTok recommendation. I've got a list of like 60 of these movies that I still need to watch, and I've been having a lot of fun doing this because some of them have been on my watch list, some of them are movies that I've never even heard of before, and the user Morticia recommended, because I recommended the Grave Encounter series, to watch the film The Houses October Built. And I believe that there is a second film in this installment. I only watched the first one, but I look forward to talking about it in the review. The Houses October Built is directed by Bobby Roe. Beneath the fake blood and cheap masks of countless haunted house attractions across the country, there are whispers of truly terrifying alternatives. Looking to find an authentic, blood-curdling good fright for Halloween, 5 friends set off on a road trip in an RV to track down these underground haunts. Just when their search seems to reach, strange and disturbing things start happening, and it becomes clear that the haunt has come to them. So I really didn't know what to expect with this movie when I went into it, and I actually enjoyed a lot of what this had to offer. This is not a perfect movie. There's definitely a lot of problems with it, but I'm someone who, obviously, if you've watched my YouTube channel for a while, or if you're new and started following me on TikTok, you've probably seen my content. I love all things horror. I love the month of October. I love horror movies. I love haunted houses. And so this is a film that was made by people who love haunted houses. And so I really appreciate that about it. One of the most fascinating elements of this entire movie is there are these interviews interlaid with the actual plot of the movie, which are just people that either work at a haunted house, people who have gone through the haunted house and experienced it, and just talking to them about their experiences and what it's like to be there, the people who work for them. Some of it actually helps build the tension up a little bit more in the movie, because a lot of these actors will talk about like how some of the people they work with are like super unhinged and that they're unpredictable. And so I thought that part of the movie was really unique. It's not something that you normally see in a movie, and I enjoyed it. But when you get to the cookie cutter plot of the film, it's this group of friends who are haunted house junkies, and they decide to get an RV and travel across the United States to try to find the most extreme haunted houses in America. And so they go from haunted house to haunted house, and as they do, creepy stuff starts to happen where they see the same people at these different haunted houses, and it leaves you as the viewer guessing like what sinister thing is going to happen to these people. And I liked the character dynamics for the most part. Some of the dialogue gets a little cringy. I feel like it happens with these types of movies because you're not getting real actors, and you'd think not having real actors in a movie that it would feel more realistic, or that it would come across as a little bit more nuanced, or like people that are actually hanging out. But a lot of the dialogue in this movie feels really forced, and like there's some of it's just really stupid, and like the guys that are there, they all feel like frat boys that are just like over the top, saying the most stupid, dumb things that could possibly flow out of their mouths. And you know, they're not the most unlikable people. I've definitely seen movies with a lot more unlikable people, like Unfriended, which was a found footage film I watched that had some of the most unlikable people in the world in it. It was just miserable to get through. But there were redeeming moments throughout this, and obviously they like goof off together and they do a lot of stupid stuff when they're in these haunted houses. And so that part was fun. I liked seeing the way that they walked through the haunted houses and everything. And even when some of the creepier elements came in, I thought that it was really well done for the most part. I didn't find this movie scary per se. Even like the third act blow up, there was some creepy elements to it, but I think because of the fact that most of the people in this movie weren't actors, the dialogue and how cringy some of it was, I just wasn't as attached to when the really extreme parts of the end were happening. I wasn't totally engaged with it. I still feel like there's enough redeeming elements of this for it to be a worthwhile watch, and I'm glad that I got this recommended because I'm always looking for found footage films. I find it to be such a unique genre, and to have a found footage film entirely centered around haunted houses was fantastic. I watched this documentary a couple years ago on Netflix that was specifically about extreme haunted houses, and there was a lot talking about this McCamey Manor that I think was mentioned in this movie, where literally these people sign a petition to go get tortured, which I don't really understand. I also watched another documentary on Amazon about a haunted house attraction that they literally come like kidnap you out of your house and take you to this place. And people are weird. They like to get involved in some strange stuff. I'm not all about that extreme. I enjoy going into ones to see the set design. I like seeing the costumes. I enjoy the environment of it, but I'm never going to go to a place where they try to like bury me alive or do any of that crazy stuff. That's not my cup of tea, but I found this movie to be entertaining. There was enough elements of it for me to be like, yeah, I'd probably watch that again, but it's definitely not one of the best found footage films I've ever watched. But if you're looking for something to get you in the mood for the spooky season of like haunted houses and that type of an environment, then this movie's worth you checking out. Have you seen The House is October Built? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was all right. I enjoyed a lot of it. I thought some of it was really bad, but for the most part, it put me in a good mood thinking about that spooky season that's coming up and some of the haunted houses that I'll end up going to. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.